objective of the meeting. This webinar is organized at the initiative of Dr. P. N. Shankaran, the former chairman, Vishwakarma Commission of Government of Kerala, Dr. V. P. Rajan, myself, and Sri V. Rajendran. Today's meeting is a pan-Indian conclave of the Vishwakarma community. This meeting is convened at the instance of Dr. V Ananda Bose, who is the one-man commission for labor under Ministry of Labor and Employment. He proposed the Essence of India project to be launched for the benefit of the disadvantaged people or the heritage people of India, in which the Vishwakarma community can harness the sources of livelihoods to a greater extent. Dr. Bose has categorically stated that he will do all possible help in assisting the Vishwakarma community to help enhance their livelihood securities. He is a visionary. In one of our earlier gatherings, he proposed to set up a central Vishwakarma university for the benefit of the traditional artisans and craftsmen. 2 days back, he recommended the government of Kerala for opening a knowledge university intended for the research and preservation of traditional knowledge at a webinar jointly organized by Center for Policy and Development Studies and Swadeshi Jagran Manch on skill development, MSMEs, and entrepreneurship in the context of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. He states, and I quote, "The country has a rich wealth of traditional carpenters, blacksmiths, wordsmiths, weavers, and other artisans whose knowledge will be lost if not passed from generation to generation." Unquote. Today, we are meeting together to craft a holistic framework for enhancing sustainable livelihoods of our people. We aim at disentangling the thread for opening up new avenues for generating wealth. We aim at building the creative economy on the foundational basis of creativity. This pan-Indian conclave aim at seeking collective opinion from the leading personalities among the Vishwakarma community coming from different parts of India to formulate a meaningful framework for developing the artisanal community. We may submit the memorandum to the Commission in the wake of the Atmanirbhar Bharat program. I would submit that we may set up the Vishwakarma creative sectors in the form of guides as propounded in Agni Purana and Artha Shastra, as envisaged the Essence of India Heritage Project for the benefit of the traditional artisans community, for which Dr. V Ananda Bose is instrumental. I would submit that we may introduce the Vishwakarma Creative Cluster may be set up in every village for promoting creative manufacturing industries for the development of the people and the nation. With these few words, I conclude my introductory remarks. This webinar is chaired by Dr. V Ananda Bose, IAS, and I am so much happy to introduce Dr. V Ananda Bose as the one-man expert commission, Contract Labor Advisory Board, Ministry of Labor and Employment, Government of India, and the principal advisor to the DBL Heritage Project, eminent civil servant, management guru, housing expert, innovator, writer, and director, retired from the service at the rank of Chief Secretary and Secretary to the Government of India. He is the chairman of Habitat Alliance in consultative status with the United Nations. He is the recipient of the prestigious Jawaharlal Nehru Fellowship. He authored 40 books. He set up Nirmini Kendra, District Tourism Promotion Council, and Habitat Alliance. He represented India in the European Council of Nuclear Research. He won 100 prizes, including 15 gold medals during his university days. I would invite Dr. V Ananda Bose, IAS, to chair the function and deliver the presidential address. I would.
When we come to the various aspects that were discussed here, see what exactly is it that distinguishes the work of the Vishwakarmas from that of an ordinary professional servant, civil servant like me, or a CEO of a corporate, or the engineers or the doctors. Because here it is creativity. The knowledge stems from creativity. This is traditional knowledge. This is knowledge, generic knowledge, which is passed down from generation to generation. That is, it's not acquired from any university. No university will be able to give so much of codified learning which remains in this uncodified sector, because there is a touch of authenticity about this knowledge. Now, according to me, this knowledge should be treated as India's priceless heritage. First, an action plan should be launched to codify this knowledge from whoever is there. See, even oral history, somebody mentioned about oral history, Rajendran, yes. Oral history is one of the best sources for this. See, there are some veterans even now. I know, Payanur Keshavajari, then Kadamur Rakhavajari. I remember these two names because you may remember, for the first time after hundreds of years, a state award was instituted for the Vishwakarmas. The Vishwakarma Award. In my own humble way, I was responsible for instituting it. Every year, we'll find out a person, a guru, or a master who has excelled in this field of traditional knowledge and creative economy. We will honor him. And this used to be done by the Chief Minister himself because it's a state award. I don't know whether it continues here now. Then, here some mention was made by Mr. Raghavan about training institution. See, a training institution was created under the aegis of the Nirmati Kendra, that the Vastavidya Gurukul, in which all these master craftsmen, master carpenters, they were holding classes. And then they tie it up with the modern architecture. Efforts were done to call the traditional architects, traditional craftsmen, traditional master, carpenters and others, interact with the modern architects. Then we found that a lot of great wisdom is there. That is not old wisdom. Traditional wisdom is old, but traditional wisdom is not obsolete. India needs it. India needs to bring it back. Therefore, I would say, as Mr. Raghavan said, yes, training institutions should be there. Skill development institutions should be there. Why not? Why not a knowledge university? Bring back the best of knowledge that has gone. See now, look at the engineering, look at the architecture. Behind the great temples and palaces, there is no cement and steel. There is no concrete. Now we are told that we can build edifices only if Western technology is there. If cement and steel is there. No. Look at Padmanabha Swami temple. There is no steel or cement. And the Mother Meenakshi temple. All this was built by the traditional knowledge passed down from generation to generation. We should not allow the traditional knowledge to be lost. I think there is still good scope, like another Nalanda, which will identify, nurture, preserve and propagate the traditional knowledge represented by the Vishwakarmas to the whole world. I think government should look after that, think about that. And secondly, who are these people? Nobody knows them. They have been totally neglected. Why not have a common registry for those who are experts in this field? Give them UID, unique identity card, and treat them as professionals. See, when you have a doctor, an engineer, an advocate, we say doctor so-and-so, engineer so-and-so, advocate, architect. Give them a professional status. Let them not wither away. Let them not wither away as unknown people. They should be identified. They should be respected. And then, a master craftsman may not be an MA. He may not be a PhD. But a master craftsman has got a PhD from the University of Life. Experience, tradition. Why not engage them as official instructors in the skill development centers? Don't they deserve it? Can you have it only if you have a university degree? How about the great knowledge which they have proved? So I think this has given me a lot of new insights. I thank you very much for that. And now, to cut a long story short, yes, we should have, their health, their basic minimum wage. See, they should not starve. See, for instance, COVID, where is the opportunity for them? Many of them are starving. So government should think of giving them a basic minimum income. A basic minimum income through direct transfer to their bank account. It is their right. We owe it to them because they built up. Then another thing, aren't we spending crores and crores of rupees to protect the old monuments? They are part of our tradition. Old monuments, monuments in stone we protect. This is living monument. Traditional knowledge is living monument. That is part of our culture. If India is what it is because it was built up by these people. Their tradition, their craft is part of our culture. So don't measure it by means of profit and loss. Measure it as a part and parcel of India's heritage. This is living monuments. Protect them. If you are spending money to protect the dead monuments, I am also in charge of the heritage project where we protect the monuments in Red Fort, Ajanta Ellora, Khajuraho, yes, protected. But who built behind it? That knowledge which built it is also part of the tradition. That is dynamic monument. Please protect that. Number 3, bank loan. Yes, I have been dealing with so many people. MSME is there. But MSME is so defined that these individuals who are working in this field from their home, they don't come under that. I think a redefinition of MSME is required so that these traditional artisans are also able to get bank loan schemes. And now, when we come to, yes, there is a suggestion to have a separate commission for this. That, of course, is something which government has to decide. Now, putting across all the suggestions that are given here by Dr. Shankaran, Mr. Raghavan and Rajendra, and also what I have received from others who are working in this sector, I would like to say government should launch a massive mission called Back to the Basics, where all this gamut of traditional industry, traditional knowledge will be brought together. It should be done in a mission mode with sufficient funds in the budget. I think this discussion here, I am sure, the journey of 1,000 miles will begin with the first step. I think if it's a journey of 1,000 miles, I think I congratulate the Global TV and Mr. Goyal. This discussion is the first step towards the journey of 1,000 miles. I think a lot of new things will come out from here. I, from my humble position, will certainly see that most of the sentiments expressed here will be included in the recommendations or report which I submit to government. Thank you.